Hey guys, it's me again. I just got done watching a video that really actually hit me right now. It's the video that Banded Wendy did, called I Fear Getting Fat Again, Do You? And Sky Moon also did a response video, and I felt like I needed to get on here and talk about it too. I am in no way um, at my goal weight. I still have a long way to go. But something in particular Sky Moon said hit me. She was talking about, and go watch these videos, they're really good. But she said that, she had her son and then she gained a ton of weight afterwards. She was at like 220 and then she got to like 270 after her son was born. And she was asking if people, people were saying they wanted to lose weight so that they could have kids, but she was wondering, aren't they scared of gaining all that weight back? And just this last week, and I said like a little bit of it in my last video, my weekly update, but I have been so psyching myself out mentally, to the point where I'm feeling like, okay, this is not healthy. Like, I'm just stressed to the max over what am I eating? What am I putting in my mouth? I'm thinking about how am I ever gonna, live my life again and not have to worry about food. And I think, well, am I ever gonna be able to live my life and not think about food? Not wonder what kind of calories I'm putting in my mouth, or if I miss a workout, am I gonna freak out and want to slit my wrists? Like, well, not really, but I mean, you know what I mean? I just, listening to these girls in maintenance freaks me out even more because it's like, yeah, it never ends. And, these are just my thoughts. Um, I definitely want to have more children. I want to have a big family. I like kids. Um, but I'm freaking scared of gaining weight again. Like I said, when I first had the lap band, I lost a lot of weight. And then I gained, um, I don't remember exactly how much it was. I gained quite a bit back after I had my baby. And, it just sometimes happens to your body. Like, I didn't hardly gain any weight during my pregnancy, but just, with, being swollen and whatever at the very end, the very last part of my pregnancy, whatever, I gained some weight. And I haven't been able to get it off, until right now when I'm freaking busting my butt. But it's just the way it is. Sometimes when you're pregnant, your body just packs on the weight. And it's stressful, I want to have more kids, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to have plastic surgery after all this is over. But then my thoughts are, okay, well, I'm going to lose all my weight. I'm going to have to stress out over maintenance, and then I'm going to have to stress out about when am I going to get my plastic surgery? If I'm still having kids, what's the point of having the perfect body until all my kids are born? Because I'm just going to get stretchy skin again and whatever. And it's like, okay, so what does that mean? So, all my, I have to wait all my childbearing years to get the body that I want. And I want to feel fabulous now. Shoot, I know I'm gonna need plastic surgery. My arms alone are like freaking batwing crazy. It's just like, I mean, I want to have the body that I want to have now. I want to work it out and I want to get it done and I want to get my plastic surgery and have it done now. But then I'm thinking, okay, well, but what's more important to me, looking the way I want to look or having children and building my family with my husband? These are severe conflicts that go through my mind. And it really doesn't make a lot of sense to me to go out and get the plastic surgery and then to have my stomach stretch out again because I get pregnant 2 or 3 more times. I just, yeah, it worries me a lot. And I know that the video was probably aimed more towards people who are at maintenance, but I have personal experience with losing a lot of weight with a lap band and then gaining some back because of pregnancy or whatever. And here I am working it out now, and I am so freaking scared. I am I'm scared of getting there and not knowing what to do with myself. I mean, my whole life I've had to think about, oh, when am I going to lose this weight? When am I going to lose this weight? I need to get healthy. I need to do this. But when I get there, what then? I mean, I will have lost the weight. I will have been healthy. But, I feel like I'm never going to be able to have a normal life. I have so many friends that are just like, oh, they eat whatever and they look amazing. And it's like, why can't I do that? And I've noticed this week, like there was like one day, I forgot to say this in my update. There was like one day where I gained a pound, and I was like, what? I hardly ate any calories yesterday. Like, I was starving myself almost, I felt like, because I don't have very much restriction because I'm nursing. And I'm still trying to eat under 800 calories a day, and I ate like 700 calories that day. And the next day I gained a pound. I was like, what the heck? When is this going to end? And I know it's bad. I'm totally a daily weigher, and sometimes a 2 or 3 times a day weigher, because I have so much anxiety over, am I gaining? Am I losing? Or, what? And it's not healthy. It's not healthy for us to be that way. And so, does anyone have any thoughts on like how to find that balance? Because I sure as heck don't have that answer. And I want to be happy. I want to be happy with Brittany. I want to be happy with myself. If that means being fat or skinny, I need to first be happy with myself, and that's what I'm having to realize. I mean, I've always known that, but I'm hitting that now when I'm like so stressed out over my calories and my food and my exercise and my water. And it's getting to the point where I can't do anything else. Like, cleaning my house. I have to like remind myself to clean my house, or to, run my errands or whatever, or hang out with my friends. My friends have all like been like, "Where the heck have you been?" And I seriously have had to just let go of everything and like dive into it. And I just, I know that getting there and being your goal weight has to feel fabulous, and when I get there, I'm sure it'll all be worth it. But I fear getting fat again. I totally fear getting fat again, and I fear not getting there in the first place. I fear getting halfway and then never getting the rest of the way done. Um, I fear, just like Sky Moon, I fear like one day I'm just gonna wake up and say, screw this. I'm so sick of dieting. I'm so sick of having to watch my calories. I'm so sick of having to watch my food, of not having freaking birthday cake at my friend's birthday. And I'm sick of having to think, like, when my friends call me up and say, hey, let's go do dinner as a couple, and I have to freak out about, oh, well, where are we going to go and what can I eat? And so I'm looking up the menu before I even go to the freaking restaurant and checking out. Like, I called Chili's one time and asked what was included in a certain meal because I was so worried. And I don't want to look that stir crazy and psycho in front of my friends, so I'm like doing all my research before I even go out the door. I don't know. I don't know. I I totally feel you, Banded Wendy. I feel you, Sky Moon. And I'm sure a lot of you do. But if anyone has any advice, shout it out, man. That's what we're here for. Um, yeah, I want someone to tell me that when I get there, it's gonna be, it's gonna be all better. It's gonna be fine. I want someone to tell me that once I hit that goal weight, I'm not gonna have to freak out as often, but I'm sure that's not the case. Excuse me. Um, and so, for those of you who are at your goal weight, what do you do every day to make sure that you're still in your goal weight? Where's that balance? Where does it come from? And how do you know when you can eat that Starbucks cookie? How do you know when you can eat something and not gain a freaking pound overnight? Or I don't know, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I was looking up online, it was saying something about like you have to, it's a deficit of 3,500 calories to gain or lose a pound. And there's no way in heck that I ate 3,500 calories more that day when I gained a pound, and it's like, what the heck? What was that? Yeah, I'm sure, okay, it could be a number of things like water weight, whatever, but still, it's just like, oh, man, I just wonder sometimes if my body's not made to lose weight, but it's those thoughts that I have to kick out of my head. Excuse me. And I have to let go. So, yes, here's my response, Banded Wendy. I fear getting fat again, and I haven't even got to my goal yet. I have lost quite a bit of weight and then gained some having a baby. And I know that through your videos, I know that you have been talking about wanting to have children, and I'm sure that's a concern of yours. So, yeah, I need some balance. Any advice, guys? That's it for now. Love you. Bye.